Good.
Since the dawn of eternity, four lights of hope have shone upon the world.
We're going to do the 2-minute wait again?
Men flock to these lights.
Sorry?
Around
We're going to wait for 2 minutes again?
Yep.
Each peristylium becomes their faith and society.
Basically, today it's just an hour, right?
Yeah, just an hour.
The vermilion bird.
That will be enough to finish the mission.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, I had a hard time not buying 10 and 10-2 on Steam.
It's really expensive.
Yeah, well, right now, if you buy it instead of paying $30, I think you pay $23.
23.
But yeah, I believe. Well, right now that sale says in the U.S. I don't know if it's outside the U.S. But they did the same thing with Final Fantasy IX, to where if you bought it within the first week, you only paid like $15 compared to the $20.
Mm-hmm. But still,
so
23 is a lot in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I mean, considering you could buy the console versions for $20 now. Also, I don't know if they ported the PS4 version or the PS3 version. I would assume it's the PS4 one.
Does the PS4 version have both Japanese and English voices?
Voices, I don't think so, but it does have both soundtracks.
Okay, it's because I noticed that there were people who were complaining about the fact that they couldn't change between the voice between English and Japanese. Not to mention,
actually, I think the biggest complaint was that it was the audio sound quality. Like you can only play it on, or you're unable to play it on dual audio. I think it has to be in stereo.
Strangely enough, I didn't hear anything about that. I also heard about the fact that the game is locked at 30 FPS. So that's really strange in my opinion. I mean, it's not that hard to make the game run at 6, but still, it's a Final Fantasy game, so 30 is enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the reviews, they were saying even though it is locked at 30, you really wouldn't get a significant difference if it went up to 60 FPS, just because this is technically a port of a PS2 game. So I'm assuming that's what the whole thought process behind that was.
Yeah, probably. The PS2 games were originally set to run at 60 FPS, so it makes sense. Okay, I think 3 minutes is enough, so let's get this show on the road.
Alright. Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Final Fantasy stream. We are your hosts, Jared and Mike. Today we'll be playing Final Fantasy Type-0 on the PS4. Mike will be taking charge by playing Type-0, and we will be discussing our thoughts on the current events of Type-0, as well as answer any questions you may ask us through the chat. Our goal is to play through the end of the story, after which we will choose another game in the Final Fantasy series to play. We stream on Saturdays at around 9 a.m. Central Time, and on Sundays at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. All of this is subject to change, and we're happy to hear your suggestions.
Okay, so let's...
So, you ready to continue where we left off?
Yep. We're now going to start the next mission, where we will basically attack the Kingdom of Concordia. It's a really tough mission, so hopefully things go well.
Now, I am assuming that after we ended the stream yesterday, you did go back and actually upgrade the characters a little bit. Like they got new abilities and everything, right? And new weapons.
I didn't because I was expecting some cutscenes after the battle, so I just noticed that didn't happen. So it's because every time we finish a mission, we usually get some cutscenes in story development. So to be honest, I didn't even bother to check if that was happening again, because it's happened in every mission so far. So I was expecting the same to happen again. Just noticed that it's not the same.
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of impressed we've been able to get this far without really upgrading any of the characters.
Yeah, I guess the Square made things easier for us. I mean, we got a lot of experience just by going to classes.
No, there's...
I'm so sorry. I'm late.
Hmm? You're never late, Remsky. Did you oversleep?
Yeah. Where's Machina?
He hasn't gotten here yet.
Yeah. Maki's late again? What's up with him lately?
It's time. Let's get started. To defend against the joint Militesi-Concordian invasion, Rubrum's entire force will be divided into two groups. All cadets and trainees will take part in this operation.
The trainees, too?
Sounds like if they don't, it won't be much of a contest.
You and the other cadets are to engage Concordia's fleet of dragons on the Eastern Front using airships. In this operation, you will be assisted by Lord Shuyu. He should help even the odds.
A L'Cie taking part?
Hey! Isn't that focusing too much of our manpower on Concordia? What are you gonna do about the Militesi front?
The Rubrum Army's main force will form a wall along the Militesi border. And a select unit of cadets, adept at magic, will engage the Imperial forces. I will personally be joining this fight.
Out in the field?
That means that they're really getting desperate out there.
Except, that's still not going to be enough. You have something up your sleeve?
We have a plan. Lady Setsna will summon the verboten Eidolon, and my unit will assist her.
You mean two L'Cies are in this fight?
Something up his sleeve, all right. They're finally taking this seriously.
Yeah. But what are these verboten Eidolons, anyway?
They're Eidolons no mortal can control, kept under wraps by the Sorcery Division. So hazardous is the very act of summoning such Eidolons. It can only be performed by the likes of L'Cie. This is Rubrum's last resort. In fact, everything depends on this one battle. There's still time before your mission commences. Take your time to fully prepare, but be aware that you are not authorized to leave academia for long. May the grace of the crystal be with all of us.
Just like I expected. Some story development once I got back to academia. Just getting some stats upgrade.
I thought it was kind of funny how they mentioned that now finally their government is taking the whole war seriously because they're actually using the Lycian Eidolons. Kind of makes you wonder what they were doing this whole time.
I mean, it does make sense in a way because the L'Cie can only act when the crystal demands them to. So it's not that the kingdom is taking the battle now seriously. It's just that it's more like the crystal is now taking this battle seriously. If the crystal didn't order the L'Cie to act, things would remain the same as before.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, we see elements of stuff like this in a lot of Final Fantasy games, and in one sense I understand why they do it for the story, but at the same time it gets a little, I guess, repetitive to where every time there's a godlike being in the game, they really don't care about what's going on until the last second.
But that's the usual thing about Final Fantasy. There's always some kind of religion or god or anything like that.
Yeah.
That changes
I think
the
that's
whole
just Japanese culture in general.
Yep. Okay, let's get this cutscene started.
Commander? What are you doing here?
This war's been weighing all of us down, Cadet. Even I need to take a load off once in a while.
You've had plenty of time to lounge around while we were gone.
Does my attitude offend you?
Of course. How could we not be offended by your attitude? You're our commanding officer, aren't you?
Correct. Which is why I will only state facts to you.
Facts? Are you implying the claim that we assassinated the Queen is a fact?
No. The world believing that you did so is a fact. Here is another fact. The Consortium is pinning all the blame on Class 0.
But that's...
For those on the battlefield, there's no room for words of sympathy or comfort.
Tell us something we don't know.
But this is neither a battlefield nor an official setting. I'm glad you made it back. Well, if you had not come back, my workload would have gone down significantly. However, I also admit having you lot around keeps me on my toes.
Commander...
The next operation will be the biggest one yet. I will not forgive you if you die easily. As your commander, your deaths would negatively affect my evaluation.
Well, what about you? When was the last time you were in battle?
The day I need you to worry about me will be my last.
This is probably one of my favorite cutscene in the game. I mean, it gives so much about Kurosame's thoughts on the current situation. He cares a lot about Class 0 and he knows that he'll probably die in the next battle.
Yeah, I believe also if you go upstairs, he'll have another conversation with some of the other students. And it's very similar to this one, but it's a lot more sad if you've already played through the game.
Which one? Over here?
No, I meant through the teleporter.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that particular cutscene you're talking about.
Yeah, it might be that you have to do it through the second playthrough. But there is an instance where he talks to a different set of students.
It's not here, is it?
No, it's definitely the second playthrough then.
Okay.
But what is that they kind of joke about how even if you did die, we wouldn't forget you. But, you know, of course, you know, they do kind of forget him.
Yep, they only note that they had a commander, they don't remember anything else. But now that you mention it, I remember that cutscene. I think it's possible to get it on the first playthrough. Maybe I have to be in control of a different character.
Well, I know one of the characters who talks to him is 9, so maybe if you switch to him, the cutscene will appear. Or the ability to get to the cutscene appears.
Okay, I'll just check the other rooms, see if there's anything else around. That's odd, there's no dialogue options. Oh, there's one here. Maybe it's the day that affects when you can see that cutscene. Maybe closer to the battle it will become available.
No, I don't remember for sure.
So I'll just check the library. Another random cutscene. Just doing this for the reward.
Well, we probably need to go and stock up on potions and map it to the down button.
Yep, that's a good idea. Where do I get the potions?
Oh yeah, while you're upstairs, there's another guy who will sell weapons. See if we can get some weapons for guys.
Okay. It's this one? I'm not sure.
I believe so.
I don't have any SCP points.
Okay, I think you get SSP from replaying previous missions.
I don't have any. Ouch. But these weapons aren't that powerful. I mean, if you look at the stats, to reset the attack by 8, it's not that much.
I believe as you do more missions, he gets more items in stock, and those tend to pack a punch.
Didn't know about that. I didn't replay any missions, so.
Yeah, I actually spent a decent amount of time just replaying old missions. To me, that was just a more enjoyable way of leveling up. Especially if I was able to get a high score, because then you get that extra item or that extra weapon.
I mean, it's a lot better than just randomly walking around in a world map. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, the other way to do it would be to go to the training area of the campus.
Yeah, but that only levels up one character at a time.
Yeah, and it's pretty repetitive.
Okay, let's see if it works at 9. If it doesn't work, I'm assuming maybe it needs to pass a little more time. Oh, it works.
Hey, is it true? Word has it that it's our fault that you have to go out on this next mission, yo!
Is that any way to address your commanding officer? By the crystal, you are a child.
Don't go changing the subject.
It was not your fault. If anyone's to blame, it is me.
I don't give a damn about any of that! I mean, will your body even hold up in a large-scale operation like this in the first place, yo?
I can still use magic, but the body does not lie. I can't move like I used to, so I am not truly fit. I am no longer the Ice Reaper of old. Still, I'm not completely useless.
Huh? You mean you'll be alright supporting the l'Cie?
The things I hear from you after all this time at war. There's no such thing as alright on the battlefield. Have you not learned?
None of that matters, alright?
Would it really matter to you if I did die?
Of course it would! Look, I may not like you, but you're my CO. If I let you die, then it looks bad on my part. And if you die because of us, we'll get the heat for it.
Don't worry. If I die, the crystal will wipe your memories.
I doubt we would forget you. Seriously. I mean, you're Class Zero's commander.
I see. In that case, I will pray that you'll remember me. As your commanding officer, and a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, you got that right. We couldn't forget an annoying guy like you if we tried.
Don't flatter me. Just make me proud on mission day.
Well, I find this particularly odd because, of course, some may say that his body can't hold a war like this, but he's not that old. I mean, he's 26 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's not old at all.
I don't get what they mean by that, but maybe it's related to the magic. I mean, apparently the older you get, the weaker your magic gets. So, but that doesn't explain the whole talk about the body itself. I mean, even if his magic becomes weaker, he can still use swords or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've done everything. I just need to buy some potions. Okay, where did I write the potions again?
I believe it's upstairs where we can buy some potions.
Here?
Either that or in classroom 0.
Okay, I think it's in a classroom. Because this guy doesn't sell anything other than weapons, and this is to progress forward, so it's probably in the class.
Okay. Let's try to get high potions. I don't think the normal potions will be able to be much help.
Probably. Yep, it's here. Oh. No high potions. Well,
there must be some other place where we could buy them. Oh, I know. We probably have to go out of town.
That will work. I bought 99 potions just in case. They're cheap anyway, so. I don't know if I'll have enough money to buy that much high potions, but if I manage to get 30 or 40, that's still quite good. Oh, there's another cutscene here.
Oh!
A cadet. Yes.
Yes, from Class 0.
A query. Do you, as a cadet in service of the crystal, hold great pride in your duty?
Yes. Great pride.
I see. Alas, the feeling neither be false nor true. There is something more dear to you than the crystal.
Huh?
Child, if you do not wish to lose what you hold dear to oblivion, leave Rubrum at once. Whether you choose to leave your mark is up to you. Nay, this may be of no relevance to mortals.
I wonder what that means.
This scene heavily foreshadows something that will happen much later in the game.
Yep. Yeah, I wish they gave the sea a little more, I guess a little more personality. They're really just kind of robotic in this game.
Not that you mention it. I mean, other than the Setsuna and what's it called, the other lassie that was from the Empire.
The woman.
Exactly. Only those lassie got some story development, so to say.
Yeah, I actually like Kumi, just because he had an attitude the whole time.
There's no high potions here either. I'll just go along with potions, that should be enough. It's already set, so that's good. Guess it's time to start the mission. Should be alright. It's a tough mission, but hopefully things will go alright. Just take a few more rewards here.
Also, I was wondering, since you got all the trophies, I know that you at some point unlocked the airship. Did you really ever find it useful for anything?
Well, it made it easier to travel around the world. I mean, I didn't have to rely on chocobos anymore. And there are some secret areas that you can only access via airship, such as the Tower of Agito and a desert that's in the northwest part of the continent.
Good work.
Those parts are only
see, I didn't go to either one of those.
Yeah, but the Tower of Agito, it's not worth it, really.
Yeah, like everything's at what, level 110 up to like a level 130?
Yep. So it doesn't offer anything else in terms of rewards. It's just an extra dungeon. I think you get 2 assist stones, but I think that's about it.
At ease.
Yeah, I think the rewards in this series were kind of halfway implemented. They really served no purpose.
I mean, then again, it's possible that it was due to limitations to the fact that the game was on PSP. They probably didn't have the power to pretty much add anything else. It's just an extra dungeon, some random powerful enemies, and that's it.
I'm rooting for you.
We're counting.
I found the desert to be much more interesting, to be honest.
Makina's missing again. Where could he be?
To think that he would flake out before this big a mission.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he'll be back soon.
My, aren't we the eternal optimist?
Flattery won't get you anywhere.
It's not flattery.
Oh, found you.
What now?
Oh, come on. Don't get all uptight. It's a genuine order.
Well, what's it say?
The troops engaging the Imperial forces to the west need reinforcements. The order is to send some members from Class 0.
All right.
I would bet even just 3 of you could take out a whole platoon. They're counting on you. Oh, by the way, I'm on the Eastern Line, so maybe we'll meet in the skies.
Basically, I need a party member that's not that useful in terms of long-range combat.
I'd just go with Sync.
Okay. I was worried because she's a healer, but then again I don't have any healers on the west, so I guess Sync is alright. Okay, the rest will go to the east, fight some dragons. Guess I'll start with. Let's see. So I'll start with Foot Queen here. That way I have 2 healers.
Rubrum enacted a 2-front operation in response to the joint Militesi-Concordian invasion. The Dominion Air Fleet was dispatched carrying the majority of the cadets to engage the Concordian main fleet. The 2 military forces collided above the Strait of Giudecca near their shared border.
I'd just go with Sync.
Okay. I was worried because she's a healer, but then again I don't have any healers on the west, so I guess Sync is alright. Okay, the rest will go to the east, fight some dragons. guess I'll start with... let's see... So I'll start with Queen here. Happily I have 2 healers.
Rubrum enacted a two-front operation in response to the joint Militesi-Concordian invasion. The Dominion air fleet was dispatched carrying the majority of the cadets to engage the Concordian main fleet. The two military forces collided above the Strait of Giudecca near their shared border. The battle began with a breath attack by Soryu, an Azure Dragon Lassie. Taking advantage of the confusion in Rubrum's ranks, the Concordian Vanguard units, Ascension and Fury, initiated combat. Rubrum's 7th Autonomous Summoning Platoon called upon Bahamut to come forth and retaliate. Regrouping, the 11th Autonomous Summoning Platoon also joined the fray, summoning Odin. With the aid of the Eidolons, Rubrum's forces succeeded in repelling Concordia's vanguard. However, even as the mighty Eidolons continued to repel the Concordian forces, they were engulfed in Soryu's breath attack. This instigated Vermilion Bird Lassie Shuyu to engage the Azure Dragon Lassie. The clash between the Lassie turned the uncertain conflict into a battle of attrition between the conventional forces of both nations.
It was a really impressive cutscene.
Prepare the autopilot.
Oh yeah, that was intense.
Come what may.
I hate seeing the Eidolons die though.
I doubt that they died. I mean, they were just defeated. I don't think they permanently died.
Well, I mean, considering the fact that there are multiple Eidolons for each type, and in the later level we see a bunch of Ifrits just fall out of the sky, I think they actually can't die.
I had no idea. I always thought that there was just one version of each Eidolon.
No, there's like 10 or more of each.
Okay, so Odin probably dies. That version of Odin at least.
The dragon has reached the stern! It's coming aboard! All combatants, get that dragon off this ship!
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting that on the on Concordia's side, Turtle Sea wasn't a human, it was actually a dragon.
Sorry?
I thought that was pretty interesting how on Concordia's side, Turtle Sea was an actual dragon, not a human.
I think it was human. I remember that guardian that the queen had. It's not a guardian, that was all accompanying her. Basically, she's a sea and she can transform into a dragon, so I think that was her.
Ah, you're right.
At least that's what I think anyway. I mean, it's probably what happened. If she can transform into a dragon, that's probably the dragon was trying to catch him. It's Celestia, right? Her name?
I believe so.
Okay, just checking. So basically it was Celestia that was attacking the Wilbur Lucia at that cutscene. There she is. I don't like this particular section, to be honest. It's just spam the X button over and over and just adjust the aim so you hit the enemy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nearby units evacuate immediately.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, you don't even get penalized for taking damage. I mean, you just saw those fireballs come right through me and I didn't take any damage.
Yeah, it's, in general, I'm never really a fan of levels where all you're doing is chasing someone with a reticle.
So I actually like to damage now. But still, it was not as much. Well, at least the soundtrack is nice. The visuals are way too loud.
It's using a breath attack.
You can see it was a PSP title.
Here comes a big one.
Finally over.
Class 0, we need you to engage in hand-to-hand combat on top of the frozen clouds.
It's finally time to get some action.
Be careful! They're using monsters!
You may want to go ahead and save considering how much time we have left.
Concordians can control monsters.
But in the next section or now?
Now.
Okay, I'll just go back and save. Oh, I can't. I have a barrier.
Nah.
We still have 20 minutes, so... I'm sure you'll get to the save point soon. Should change the screen because it's not fast enough. I'm waiting for it to attack, but it doesn't attack, so I'll just...
There they are! Flame unit forward!
You're actually doing alright, like being like 8 levels below the other enemies. But I really need to level up a bit in the later missions and get better equipment.
Send out the beasts! Inform the dragons!
Class force here, currently engaging the enemy.
Yeah, but even though that's true, we're still doing making some pretty good progress with just what we have.
Yep. Once this big mission ends, I'll just go and get some better equipment and upgrade the character. So later missions should be a cakewalk. Ouch, almost died here.
We go west to provide backup.
Oh, okay, that was unexpected. Uh-oh. Here's a close one.
Yeah, the Dragon's kind of remind me from Final Fantasy 9 when you have that cutscene where it's all the airships versus the dragons.
Oh, that cutscene is probably one of my favorites in the whole Final Fantasy series. I mean, it's so intense. I mean, you basically go there with your airship, and all of a sudden thousands of dragons come out of that purple sphere. And then all of a sudden you get lots of reinforcements. I mean, that was really cool. And I'm glad you got to...
Probably my favorite...
Go ahead.
I think probably my favorite scene from 9 is close to the beginning when Zidane is chasing Garnet, and they're swinging from like the castle tops and everything, and Stein is trying to catch him, and you know he's just running into walls the whole time.
A lot of people like that cutscene, but for me, I mean, I never found that cutscene to be particularly special or anything. But that's just me. I don't hate Final Fantasy 9 in any way. In fact, it's my all-time favorite game, but that particular cutscene really doesn't resonate with me. So,
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good moments in the series like that. In 8, probably the dance scene is my favorite part of that whole game.
The dance scene? The ball dance. Okay. I forgot about that one. I wasn't remembering about that. When you mentioned the dance scene, I was thinking about the credits, basically when they are also celebrating.
Ah, okay. Hey, you might want to heal.
Yeah, okay.
No, the D-pad button, remember you just gotta hit down.
Why can't I use the quick fighting? I have full health, never mind. No, it's because it's it's different in the PSP version. It was basically select, so I was thinking to myself, where is the select button? But yeah, it's press on it. But I still need to get some MPs to clean, otherwise you can kill me. This guy is taking quite a while to beat.
Yeah, this is probably my least favorite enemy to encounter. Especially when there's several of them.
And I just lost this. Things don't look good. Final. Okay, just need to get a new party member. We'll probably go along with 7. Just give an eater to Queen. Oh boy, this is going to be tough.
Oh, I freaking hate this one.
Should have probably brought along Jack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his health it doesn't take a long time for his health to go down. It's just like he's got a lot of health bars.
And I just lost 2 members.
Yeah, get the one who's highlighted in yellow.
Okay. I think I'll bring along 6 because I need a healer, and bring Jack so I can finish this quickly. I can't take out Ace.
It's all you. It's only time for nothing. Roger that.
Really?
Holy crap.
Okay, I think this is proper evidence that I need to level up.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever played the Monster Hunter series, but there's an enemy that looks just like this called Kirin. It's basically an electric unicorn. But he's super tiny though. And he's the most obnoxious little punk you have to fight. Because unless you hit him square on the head, your weapon just bounces off. I mean, it just reminds me so much of this one. I mean, the moveset's practically the same.
There's this lost skater again. Another. Yeah, I'm going to lose this battle for sure. But if I lose, which will most likely happen, don't worry, we will continue from this particular spot in the next stream. Because you are near our end time, so yeah, I'm going to lose. I'm not going to survive victory.
Yeah, I suggest we spend some time training.
I have failed.
Okay, it's official. I lost. Okay, I think this is a good spot to end our stream. Then next week I'll make sure we continue from the beginning of the mission, so you don't have to see everything else again. So don't worry, go ahead.
Yeah, so this time we'll have our characters will have some new moves, they'll have new armor, they'll have new weapons. You know, preferably some equipment that has lightning resistance.
Probably. But then again, since this was a 1 hour stream, we really didn't have much time to get into the mission, so you notice that we spent more than half an hour just watching cutscenes, so
yeah, we did.
Okay, I guess it's time to end our stream. Anything you want to add before we close this stream for today?
Just that our viewers, they can catch us next week on Saturday at 9 or 9:30 a.m. And yeah, we will see how far we could get.
Don't worry, we'll get much farther than these next time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep, well, thank you guys for watching our stream.
See ya.